hockey, it's almost showtime. The reigning national champs gearing up for their annual rite of spring. Sign here, a baker's dozen did, and some Reivers are on their way. What happens when a Council Bluffs soccer team kicks it with a club from Omaha? Bounce back time for the baseball team. Was it ever? Ever go to bat with the wind blowing in your face? The ladies dealing the cards. Everybody wins as the Bluffs Sports Zone starts right now. Hello, I'm J.J. Davis, and welcome to another edition of the Bluffs Sports Zone. Now, my voice is a little iffy. I've had a cold, so just bear with me. And you know, it seems like it was just yesterday that the Iowa Western football team won a national championship. Not bad for a program just 4 years old. But you know, that's yesterday's news. What about next season? Well, we'll soon find out. The 5th annual spring game just days away. The Reivers out in miserable, rainy conditions Monday. Iowa Western just 4 starters back from last season's once-in-a-lifetime team. Now the new blood looking to show up in the spring game, especially the QBs.
I want to see some progress. You know, who's going to move the football and kind of who's going to take command of the offense. We've turned the ball over a little bit this spring, so I want to make sure that we're trying to take care of the football as well.
What do you need to show the coaches in the spring game?
I don't need to show them anything. They know what I can do. You know, I've been here last year. I was here all the spring, and I've showed them what I can do. So they know what I can do. But just going out there and having fun with the guys and hopefully putting up some points.
What do you got? What do you bring that Connor doesn't?
I mean, it's not really. I mean, I'm a humble kid, but I'm a dual threat. So I mean, I can sit in the pocket and throw, or if you want to get me out of the pocket, I can also throw it and get you that way, or just take off and run. Period.
What can this defense bring that maybe last year's didn't? What can you show?
You know, I think this defense has a lot of heart, and last year's had a lot of heart too, but I think you'll see it on Saturday. We got a lot of dudes that can make plays.
We graduated D linemen, they went D1s, but just numbers. I think we have good depth. We just got to get the system down and get the plays going, and I think once we know exactly what we're doing, we'll be pretty tough.
Roger! You know, just another big evaluation for these guys. You know, we got to make some decisions come August, and you know, we want to see who can make some plays in a live situation where no coaches are around, and throw them in a game. You know, some kids can practice when they know it, but when they're out there on the field, so it's really just going to be a big evaluation.
Let's go, boys! Nearly 80 guys are on the Reivers roster. They have 20 practices to make an early impression, and there's only one spring game. So who's going to take the ball and run with it the last weekend in April? A few more question marks this year than last, and I don't think anyone will ever duplicate last year's team. Once-in-a-lifetime season. Spring game coming right up Saturday, April 27th at Lewis Central. Game time, 2:30. Admission, free of charge, so be there or be square. Squaring up and signing their futures away. But where? Who's going where? When we come back.
At Council Bluffs Savings Bank, our goal is to help you, your families, and your businesses grow and prosper for generations. We take pride in our community, whether it's volunteering our time or helping individuals, families, and businesses succeed. We provide you with the personal service and attention you deserve. With over 220 years of banking experience, decisions are made locally. We are Council Bluffs people operating at Council Bluffs Bank to help Council Bluffs be a better place to work and live. Council Bluffs Savings Bank, hometown banking, the way it used to be. Member FDIC.
Signal. You two cut left to the flag. I'm gonna cover you from that tree over there. Remember, don't go for the flag unless you know the coast is clear, okay?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
What does the world need? What will you become? Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill Meyer Woodring family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
The Iowa Western basketball team just finished up with another banner season. And for some, time to move on. Moving Day, Wednesday, April 17th. Our team coverage begins with IWTV student Aaron Zach.
The spring signing day period gets underway with a bang for the Reivers. Every JUCO athlete's dream. For two athletes in softball, their dreams came true. Rebecca Sanchez hitting her way to Florida International University.
They started talking to me not too long ago. I had been hitting really well, and actually we played against Northeastern Oklahoma, and the head coach at FIU is really good friends, and they had coached together with the NEO. Definitely these last 2 years have made me a stronger person mentally and physically. I've gotten a whole lot better because Coach Ross believed in me, and it's going to be really good because the classes and the coursework have prepared me for the four-year school.
Becca going to Florida International, I think it's a great spot for her. I think she's going to do really, really well, and it's a good spot where she's really going to excel. She's a tremendous athlete that has put up some great numbers here, and I have no worries that she's going to be a great success down there.
Then there's Casey Miller. The catcher is taking her bat to South Dakota State University.
I played it previously at a four-year university, and unfortunately I came across a couple of bad injuries. And I just needed a new start, and I needed somebody to push me to be a better player. And Coach Ross definitely did that, and this team definitely did that. And I feel like I'm a better player because of them, and I feel like I've knocked off a lot of rust from those injuries.
Casey Miller signing at South Dakota State, they're in need of a catcher, and she's doing well for us. I mean, she's been catching every single game, so she's going to do a great job for them as well.
The two sophomores are both excited to move on to their next adventure. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Aaron Zach. Now here's Chad Awney.
A 32-3 record this season and a #1 overall seed in the national tourney has four talented Reivers men's basketball players on their way to Division I programs, including Tavian Pomley. The super sophomore's ability to knock down threes like this one and his 13 points per game average kept him on the University of South Dakota's radar all season.
They just showed a lot of interest, and I think I can really just go up there and establish a good career.
Tavian's teammate, point guard Devin Brooks, is also moving on to a Division I school. Brooks is staying in the area with his commitment to Creighton University and knows his time as a Reiver will help with the transition to a successful Big East program.
This season we came across a lot of good people, a lot of good players, so when I get to that next level, I'm already know what they're expecting because I've done it for 2 years here.
Rounding out the group, J.R. Lyle and Diuta Samaro. Samaro has signed with Western Kentucky, while Lyle is committed to the University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
One of the main goals we have when we sign kids to come in here is hopefully they go on, and we've been very fortunate to have the kids go on over the years, and this group is no exception. They've done a great job, and obviously won us a lot of games, and now we hope they win the next program has a lot of games.
Congratulations to the men on their commitments. Now let's check in on the women. Iowa Western women's basketball also sends 4 players to Division I schools to continue their basketball careers. Leah Scott, who led the Reivers with 13.7 points per game, is headed east to Marshall University.
Since the beginning of the season,
That was one of the first visits I went on in December, and I really liked it. I mean, it's in West Virginia, but it's not too far from home. It's only a 6-hour drive, actually. And I really liked it. I mean, I fell in love with the coach first day I met him.
Scott's teammate, point guard Ty Smith, is also going to a 4-year institution, the University of Northern Iowa.
I've had a few offers. I was considering a lot of schools, but UNI was the final decision. You know, coming out of high school, I wasn't a great player. I didn't think I was good enough to play Division I, so I decided to come JUCO, and I'm glad I did because I'm a smarter player than I was, and I'm a better player actually. So.
Ty's move to the Missouri Valley Conference will have her facing off against fellow teammate Bobby Beckwith, who has signed to play at Indiana State. And Iowa Western's force in the post, Amber McCann, has committed to finish her last 2 years at Virginia Commonwealth.
Well, we start getting a little bit of interest when they're freshmen, but then it builds throughout the summer, and then the fall, it really started to pick up. And this year has been absolutely crazy. We're blessed with 9 sophomores that can really play. They're all being recruited by Division II or higher, and quite frankly, it's been crazy. You know, none of the kids signed early; they're all signing late here. So we've been really working the phones, but you know that's a good problem to have. You know, kids. That tells us that we're doing our job right, recruiting quality players, because other people want our kids.
For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Chad Ani. Now here's Sean Culligan.
In a year that saw Iowa Western Volleyball finish 4th at Nationals, the sophomore class will now continue their playing careers at 4-year institutions. Reivers standout Sarah Kemp will head south.
I am going to Arkansas State in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I wanted to move on and play at a 4-year school. I had no idea that it would be a D1. Competition at Iowa Western is so huge, and it's hard. It's not easy competition, and I think going D1, that's helped me a lot.
Another Reivers star heading to a D1 school is setter Corey Eamon. She'll become a Bulldog at Fresno State.
Being a 5'7" setter, it's hard to get looked at as a D1. So like going D1 is a big dream of mine. And so once I got that opportunity, I was super excited.
Reaver Diana Acevedo also headed D1, the 2-time All-American libero becoming a minor at UTEP. The final Reaver moving on to a D1 program is Omaha native Aaron Weiss. Aaron heading to the bright lights of New York at Manhattan College. Hitter Zoraida Heredia has signed with Mid-America Nazarene at the NAIA level. Let's not forget hitter Alexa Griffith-Hardy, who is already at Division II St. Leo in Florida. Head coach Alicia Williams is proud of this year's squad and knows the importance of playing at Iowa Western.
You might not know Iowa Western, but every D1 school in the country knows Iowa Western. For them to sign and have that stress off their shoulders, I'm happy for them that they're finally know where they're going next year, and they're all great schools too, so I think they all fit pretty well in those schools, so I'm happy for them.
In all, 6 Reivers from the 2012 Final Four are moving on. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Sean Colligan.
Thanks, Sean, and thanks, Guy. So that's quite a haul for the Iowa Western athletic programs. Everybody should be proud, from Dr. Kinney to the AD Brenda Hampton to the coaches and most especially the players. They did it. A couple of soccer players signed on with the NAIA as well Wednesday. Distance runner Kelly Murray will run for Concordia next year. In all, 16 Reivers got out their pens on the opening day of the spring signing period. Congrats to all. Next up, anybody play soccer last week? Mother Nature red carding everything except next.
Rosita, did you know there's a right way to sneeze? Let's show them, Elmo. Hit it. When you feel like your nose needs to give it at you, this is how you act, this is what you do. Lift your arm up high, bend it toward your face. Sneeze right there in the bendy place. Achoo! Achoo! You can do it with ease. Achoo! Achoo! That's the right way to sneeze. Thank you.
To learn more about preventing flu, visit flu.gov.
Thanks to ASI and my free hearing evaluation, my life has changed for the better.
1 in 5 Americans suffer from varying degrees of hearing loss.
over 85% of people with hearing loss can be effectively treated with digital hearing instruments from ASI.
Thank you, ASI, for allowing me to hear all the things I haven't heard in years.
ASI, providing better hearing and better living for 35 years.
I'm home, and I love it. I'm home, where I belong.
It's always nice to come home, but many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making home affordable from the U.S. government has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home, where I belong.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around in circles, flatten my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, we kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up to play 60.
If your school doesn't have a program, be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
No team covers Southwest Iowa sports like the team at Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine. For nearly 25 years, Jenny Ed Sports Med's certified athletic trainers have cared for thousands of area athletes and their schools. And our partnering physicians at Nebraska Orthopedics help ensure you're taken care of from diagnosis through rehab. If you need to be seen now, come by our Saturday morning walk-in clinic. It's open all fall from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by the St. Albert Alumni Association.
The AL girls soccer team kicked off the season a perfect 5-0, and the Lynx getting better results after dropping down from 3A to 2A. Now, just how far has AL come? The 9th-ranked team in the state took a trip across the river to Rams country. Here's IWTV student Aaron Zach.
It's game time at the Ralston Invitational.
Lynx on 3! 1, 2, 3, Lynx!
The home team doesn't waste any time. Early first half, junior Jordan Earhart kicks it. Senior Mary Hackett then chips it, left foot near post. And the Rams are on the board. Head coach Andy Ruff concerned. AL looks to tie. Delaney Bolton, who came in with 6 goals in 5 games, just misses. Ralston still up 1-0. 27th minute. Rams on the attack. Sierra Athow crosses it. Katie Hensley gets by the keeper, Lauren Kinkow, for the easy score. 2-0 Ralston at the half. The crowd in Rams Stadium trying to keep warm on this cold, miserable day. 57th minute. Home team threatening again. Lynx can't clear it. In the middle to Kate Hensley. Scores her first goal of the game. Ralston up 3-0. Coach Ruff is seeing his undefeated season slowly slipping away. AL finally getting on the board in the 64th minute. Abby Groper sticks with it. The freshman with her 2nd goal of the year. 3-1. Teammates on the sideline trying to take a bite out of the Rams' lead. But Ralston gets it back. Over the top. Athow with her 2nd goal of the game. Rams win it 4-1. Tough loss for the Lynx.
It was a tough loss. I mean, I think the first half was played pretty evenly, even though we were down 2-0 at the end of the first half. Second half, again, I think it was played pretty evenly. I think two different teams here on the turf here. I mean, they were a long ball, you know, through ball type of offense, and we're more a short passing finesse, you know, set up our goals.
I thought our passing was well, but it's hard to play on new turf, on new surface and grass, so the balls were quicker and it was more fast-paced for us, and it was a change for us to get used to.
AL then lost its 2nd game in a row on Saturday. Platteview outscored the Lynx 2-1. For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Aaron Zach.
Drive the ball down into the goal box.
Thanks, Aaron. AL's impressive record now stands at 5-2. 7th-ranked Lewis Central, 4-2, with both losses coming to teams in Nebraska. Titans' last game crushed Kemper Catholic 7-0. TJ's lost 3 of its last 4. The Jackets scored 8 goals, though, in a win over Riverside. The Saints, all wet, 2-0. Third-ranked St. Albert, a number of games washed out by rain. Then there's the guys. AL's off to a 3-5 start. Lynx won their last two, though, 7-3 and 4-1. Lewis Central suffered its first loss to Sioux City North. Snowed out this past weekend. LC an impressive 4-1. Thomas Jefferson lost 4 in a row, 5 of its last 6. The Yellow Jackets did knock off Missouri Valley. The fourth-ranked Class A team, 4-3. St. Albert dropped its last game 2-1 to Harlan. The Falcons have since rained out. Hopefully Mother Nature done with the rotten weather. Plenty more soccer to be played on the pitch. And here's the pitch. Top 20 baseball and softball on the other side.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
At Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, our goal is to get you back to normal as quickly as possible. That's why we use techniques like our 830 laser therapy. Low-level light finds injured tissue, energizing cells to help reduce pain instantly while jump-starting the healing process. Ligaments and tissues grow stronger than normal healing, and when inflammation is reduced, it stays away. The 830 laser at Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, the therapist you know, the care you trust.
You. Hey, Mom.
You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay! Go team!
That was amazing, amazing, amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
What does the world need? What will you become? Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Corum's Flowers and Gifts and Council Bluffs for over 100 years. Online specials and giveaways on Facebook.
Don't look now, but the Iowa Western baseball juggernaut just keeps on keeping on. The third-ranked Reivers came into this past weekend having not lost a game in April. Iowa Western a pretty impressive 14-2 at home. But then comes Marshalltown and a pair of doubleheaders. The Tigers snapped the Reivers' 10-game winning streak with a 5-2 victory in Game 1. Game 2, winning pitcher James Darcy breezing along. The sophomore right-hander one hit through 3. The bundled-up crowd on hand sees Iowa Western pile up 6 in the first, 2 in the second, and then here in the third, Kyle Richards smokes one to left. It carries, and it is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The sophomore his first home run of the year, 9-1 Reivers. Fourth inning, Marshalltown, 2 on, 1 out. Andrew Utterbeck rips one down the line. Ty Russell, who singled, scores. Ditto for Justin Folger. The Tigers have cut it to 9-3. Nick Thayer relieves Darcy, who went 3 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. The freshman right-hander ground ball to end the inning. The Reivers still sitting pretty. Let their bats do the talking with 9 hits. Bottom of the fourth, after Luke Tavis draws a leadoff walk, David Parrott, sharp shot, right side. The throw, wide. 5th Tiger error, and Tavis hustles to third. 2 on, none out. Cade Moore, who knocked in 3 overall, goes the other way. Run scores, 10-3 home team. Kay Grant then just punches one to right. Parrott steps on the plate, 11-3. Adam Morey's sac fly makes it 12-3, and then Kyle Richards chops one. 6th error of the game for Marshalltown. Grant hustles in 13-3 Iowa Western. 2 Reivers pitchers, just 5 hits here. Nick Thayer gets the final out. Iowa Western just mauls the Tigers in 5, 13-3.
The biggest difference is pitching. We struggled in that first game with a lot of hit batsmen, walks, what we call freebies, had some errors and guys getting on base, and it's kind of hard to defend that when they're easy base runners. And what we did the second game is we did a little bit more throwing strikes, and Marshalltown didn't. It was kind of a reversal.
Definitely the first game, a lot of the boys were just not awake. We're a bit lethargic, just didn't really seem like we wanted to be there. And then in the second game, definitely came out hard, had a lot more enthusiasm. The boys were bouncing around, and to our credit, came back really strong.
A couple months ago, we were kind of struggling, and then during conference, we've definitely figured some things out. It's been a good couple of weeks, and we're definitely getting better.
What we work on is if you lose a game, what we've always tried to do here is if you lose a game, try to win 4. You got to win 4 in a row, because that's something we've always worked on here in the past, and that's because you get into the postseason and you lose a game, you got to be able to turn around and win 4 in a row. You can't just lose another one or you'll be out of the tournament. Once we leave here today is over.
Then came tomorrow. Marshalltown jumped out 6-0 in Game 1 Sunday and won it 7-6. The Tigers then made it 3 out of 4 in Game 2, outscoring Iowa Western 12-11. Mark Reardon loses a conference series for the first time ever as the Reivers head coach. Windy day Sunday for the 14th ranked softball team. The Reivers swept Indian Hills Saturday to clinch the conference regular season title. Top of the first against Muscatine. Walk, stolen base, 2 pass balls later, the Cardinals slide in with a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second, Vanessa Molina can't make the play. Base hit. Johnny Gonzalez. Infield base hit. So 2 on, 1 out for Rebecca Sanchez. Her second hit of the game. 1 run is across. Gonzalez falls in. 2-1 home team. The wind blowing from right to left field. Bottom of the 4th inning, Vanessa Molina slices one the other way, and watch. That's a fair ball. The sophomore tears the third. Slides in with a triple. Next batter, Johnny Gonzalez. Base hit. Molina scores again. 3-1, Iowa Western. Bottom of the 6th, Chelsea King to short. 1 of 3 Muscatine errors. Molina scores her 3rd run of the game, 4-1 Reivers. Now Iowa Western belts 10 hits. Kaylin Crispin drops 1 and left. Michelle Trulin comes around 6-1. Ashley Schmidt goes the distance. 8 strikeouts, 5 hits. The Reivers KO the Cards 6-2. Iowa Western takes the second game 5-0. It's now 36-9 overall, sparkling 10-0 in league play. So here we go again. It has truly been a year to remember for all of the Iowa athletic programs. Spring season, no exception, and it's not over yet. Unfortunately, this show is over. Until next week, and hopefully my voice will be back in full force. So, until next week for the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm JJ Davis, and I'll see you around.